Hi guys, welcome to Monday Fun Day Project of the Week. I'm Megan and I'm going to walk you through a quick project that will sort of keep you crafty for the week. And I also wanted to show you guys my Michaels haul. I got a gift certificate to Michaels for my birthday from my husband, so I went to Michaels and stocked up on paints and supplies. So I kind of wanted to show you the haul and maybe give you some ideas for what you can do for holiday projects and stuff like that, and then maybe we can incorporate that into Monday Fun Day Project of the Week, if that's not a mouthful. So to start with, I'll show you, I got some acrylic paints, and I'm excited to try these because I haven't tried this brand before. This is Artist's Loft. And we'll see how it goes. The pigments look a lot like basic acrylic, which is a product that I like because it's budget friendly. Of course, there are more expensive acrylic paints out there and oil paints that are just wonderful, but when you're as crafty as I am and you do as many projects as I do, you kind of try to keep your costs a little bit lower. So I got the blue and white and this nice shade of green that I thought would be really nice to use straight out of the tube and to mix. And then I got the red and the Mars Black. Mars Black is always my favorite. I feel like that's a really deep pigmented black. I also got some Folk Art Silver paint and Folk Art Gold paint. These are great, especially around holiday time. You can put glitter over them if you want them to shine a little bit more, but I think they're great on their own. They really do pack a punch with a lot of shimmer. I got some Sculpey white polymer clay. You can bake this in the oven. And if you aren't already following me on Pinterest, go ahead and follow me on Pinterest because I've got a couple craft boards and a Christmas board going up, and there is a homemade clay recipe on there. I'm going to try it. Maybe I'll share it with you guys, but for now I'm going to work with some Sculpey when it comes to projects because I don't even know if the homemade recipe works yet. But Sculpey's awesome because you can paint it or you can use the different colors. I'm going to use white and then paint it. I got this really awesome watercolor set by Artist's Loft. So again, I haven't tried these guys, but we're going to see how it goes. This was $4.99. And the set that I originally was looking at was $20. So I hope that the bargain price will still have quality of product. We'll find out. I just also replaced my paint brushes. I really like these. I got these before. This is by Craft Smart. And you get so much in it. You get so many paintbrushes. And they're great for all sorts of different projects. I like to stain wood with these or these, and then I like to use my acrylic paints and watercolor paints with these because there are some synthetic and some natural brushes. So a lot of times you'll decide that you don't like the look of the synthetic and you'll go ahead and grab a natural bristle brush and get a better result. And then, of course, if you have watercolors, you need watercolor paper. I'm a hoarder of canvases, so I already have like a bunch of canvases, so you don't need to look at those. But this was $2.99. It says it's for people who are like learning how to watercolor, but it felt like a really nice, soft green. I don't like a heavy grain on my watercolor because it shows a lot. You can see it in the paper. I like a smoother grain, and then you don't get hard water lines as much. So we'll see how that goes too. So that's my Michaels haul, and we'll incorporate that into a fun day project of the week. For now, we're going to work on that skirt that I showed you guys last week, that skirt that I dip dyed. So I'm going to grab the camera and turn that around. I've got my thread and my needle and my scissors, and we're going to look at this little skirt here. So you can see this is on my dressmaker's dummy. It was a vintage skirt that I found, and it was all ivory. It was all one color. And I dip dyed it just by using RIT black dye. I followed the instructions on the bottle, and just hung it up on a skirt hanger and then dyed it in a bucket. I just like stuck the tips of the end of the skirt in a bucket and let it absorb the dye. So what's really cool, if I can show you this, is underneath it grabbed really, really dark, and then the top layer grabbed a lighter gray. And then to fit it, since it wasn't fit for me, I just did 2 little tucks. I did a tuck on this side and then a tuck on this side, just by overlapping and doing some tack stitches, and now it fits me just fine. But what I really wanted to show you is the lace that needs to be applied, because I had a stain down here that just wouldn't go away. So this is just on the top layer of the skirt so that it still has some flow. I cut out an interesting shape in my lace and laid it out, and I safety pinned it in a couple spots. So this is one safety pin I left in. I also safety pinned it down here to make sure it was nice and secure, and stitched all the way around the edges. If I get really, really close, you can see I went all the way around the edges. If you wanted it to lay flatter, you could stitch across it a couple times like this real loosely, but I decided that I kind of liked how it flowed because the skirt is a little ripply. So yeah, I didn't want to take away from that necessarily. So what we'll do now, we'll go ahead and set this up here. We'll thread our needle. Can you see that? I'm just going to take a short length of thread because I only need to finish up a little bit. But for those of you who are beginners, we'll do threading the needle and everything. It takes a couple tries. But once you get it through, just pull until you get to the other end of your thread, and we'll make a small knot. Two ends of my thread together. I'm going to pinch with this hand, wrap around my pointer, roll my fingers, grab the knot and pull it through to the end, and you get this little knot. We'll show you that again in another video, just in case that was too quick. So going underneath here, I'm going to pull my needle through from the back side into the front of my lace. And I want to stay close to the edge. And all I'm going to do is loose stitches around the border of this little flower shape. I'm going to do one little stitch into this arm of the flower here. And every once in a while, I'll do a couple stitches and then I'll pull it and make sure it's going to lay right. And then I'll move on. And again, I want to get into the tip of the flower here. Oops, because I want that to lay down too. So just making sure your needle goes through both layers of the fabric. Make a short stitch and pull through. That's the end of where I needed to finish stitching, so I'm going to stop there. Pull the needle through to the back of the fabric, flatten it out and make sure it looks nice. and then I'm going to finish my knot. Now to finish, all you're going to do is go through the fabric just one tiny little stitch. Sorry, that's getting in the way a little bit. Oops. I just wanted to make one loop, hook my needle through, and pull it tight. And that'll make a nice little knot to finish it off with. Clip the end of your thread, and you're all done. You have a nice little lace patch that covers up whatever spot that may have been on here where the dye didn't grab inconsistently, or you can just accent a skirt of your own. So thank you so much for watching Monday Fun Day Project of the Week. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Subscribe if you like my channel and you want to see more. And again, I'll show you the link for my Pinterest page too, and you can follow me on Pinterest. So have a great night, you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.